Hello there everybody, the Hat Person here, and welcome back to some more Senran Kagura Estival versus. So last time when we left off, we went through the opening. We basically introduced a little bit of the modes, you know, what you actually get to do in the game, all the settings and all that kind of stuff, and then we opened up with a brand new game with a narration from an old lady about shinobi and how tragic their lives are because they're so short. Everything is always met with death, and you know, talking about the spirits that linger on of all the shinobi that still had desires and stuff that they wanted to do in the world of the living. And then we moved on to Ryobi and Ryona, who were actually there to remember and, you know, give flowers to the grave of their dead sister Ryoki, who they just happened to come across in the middle of this ritual made by an old lady and a bunch of other girls that are apparently taking spirits and sending them over to the afterlife so that they can live peacefully. And so they found their sister Ryoki getting in line for that kind of thing. And so they stopped that from happening, and somehow she came back from the dead, and now they're in this weird beach, and then we had a really nice opening cutscene with bikinis and all that kind of stuff. And now, we're immediately moving on to Gessen Girls Academy. Pretty much the main focus of Shinobi versus as well. And it seems like, that Gessen and Hebijo in this game will be a much bigger focus in this game than in any other. So, yeah, I think it might be important if we hear them out. So, let's, you guys heard the voice in the previous episode, but we're just gonna hear it again, just to give some fullness to this episode. Here we go. Yeah, to become the best shinobi that is actually reasonable and doesn't try to destroy people that disagrees with your philosophy of what justice should be. Great, we're barely starting off and we're already arguing about pudding. We're already talking about something stupid. I mean, I don't know why you have to say that it's yummy. You literally just gave yourself away there. Yeah, there you go. You can tell that you're playing a Senran Kagura game when you're fusing, like, serious matters with, you know, people arguing about pudding. Also, Shiki, I don't want to alarm you, but your arm is clipping with your hair right there. You see her left arm? She's, like, going right through it like a ghost. Of course. Who could forget Murakumo and her weird-ass mask? And of course, everything is on the balance. Everything is on the perfect balance. Minori's being a child, and, you know, Shiki has her, like, own, like, little Fursha dialogue. And Murakumo is, writing her manga, writing her comic for a convention for later. Also, again, I don't want to alarm you either, but your hair is also clipping with your arm. Okay. Has it gotten annoying yet? Okay, well, let me do it again. That's pretty much the same thing that I'm feeling right now. Like, this image of Shiki, that's the same way that I look right now, with, like, the black lines and everything. Yeah, like, do you have to say the lines when you draw things? You should make yourself... You make yourself look more ridiculous. Oh, there we go, she's gonna do it again! Okay, sure, I'm not gonna try and replicate that. She's like... She's just watching this complete train wreck happen. She's like, excuse me, but, I would very much rather hear Minori go, BOOM, more than Murakumo. At least with her, it's adorable. Would just shut up. I mean, it's probably because I don't know a lot of Japanese, but I'm gonna go into this assuming that Yozakura has some sort of unique accent that sets her apart from, you know, everyone else. Because otherwise, why the hell would they change the dialogue so much to make her sound like a southern lady? You know, would you shut up? What is it, like New Jersey or Southern? I don't know, but there's a lot of apostrophes in her dialogue and a lot of, you know, stuff like that. Like, would you shut up? It's a little weird. Yozi! Good to know that Shiki's nicknames have still prevailed in this game. Okay, awkward camera pan later, and then she says hi. It would have been good if to just show both of them at the same time, and then the dialogue would pass on quickly. But no, you have to pause, wait for the camera to move, have Minori realize that the camera's being pointed at her, and then go... Yeah.
ありがとうございます、夜桜さん。これでようやく修行を始めることができます。
50 squats, right now, no breaks.
本来なら私がみんなを叱らなければいけないのに、いつも嫌な役目を夜桜さんにさせてしまって。
Nah, no need to feel so bad for yourself. By the way, have your boobs gotten bigger or is it just the uniform? Cause seriously, goddamn.
そんなことは気にしなくていいです。リーダーの力になることがわしの役目ですから。ユミはユミにしかできないことをやってください。
Yozakura, I don't want to make things awkward or anything. I don't know if anyone has asked you this before, but, are you Jesus?
ありがとうございます、夜桜さん。本当にいつも感謝しています。
Yeah, thank you, holy Jesus Yozakura, whose head is like glowing. Like God itself.
私、夜桜さんに感謝しすぎてしまった。
That I overpraise you just now?
どういう意味ですか?
Again, I would like to ask, you should probably take a look at your family tree, because I think your great-grandfather might be God himself. Or herself, who knows.
五光が差しています。
Yeah, just very casually, you know, you're just, you know, a halo of light and everything, you know, it happens.
五光? わしの背中から光が出ているとでも? そんなわけはありませんよ。
I mean, you could just turn around and look, but hey, you know, that might be too much work. You know, animation costs money, so why would she ever do that?
マジで五光差してるんだけど、夜桜ちの後ろがピッカピカに光ってる。
There we go, back a little holy. I love how Shiki always describes things. It's always the best. It's just like layman's terms right there. Awkward zoom in there. Okay, that's the first thing that you think about. Scoopsville. I don't know if I approve of you putting the word "ville" on that kind of... Scoopsville? No, I don't know. I think I'm gonna draw the line at Scoopsville. I gotta blog this, of course. Thank you for everything, God. Hey, who knew that your shinobi roommate was God this entire time? Hey, you know, it happens. You don't want to go where? Oh my god. This is getting into like Undertale levels of stupid. Oh man, that's a rock. Wait, what's in front of the rock? Oh my god. Yeah, back to the point. What the hell is that? Who knows, maybe you should be worried. It's not every day that you see big balls of light getting closer and closer. Be on your guard, I might attack you and grab your butt. Oh, she still doesn't turn around. She just looks very surprised for most of it. There we go, blinding light. And now, they're at the beach. Let us take a roll call. Not that we know of. We could have been mentally damaged though, because I feel like I'm in a beach now, even though we were just, I'd guess, an academy like 2 seconds ago. Yeah, those are all really good questions. In the beach in the summer. So Shinobi Versus took place, for the most part, I think in winter? Yeah, there was a lot of talk about snow and cold and winter and all that kind of stuff. So I'm assuming that Shinobi Versus took place in winter, and then immediately after that they got teleported to a summer place. So that would be a change in environment. Pretty drastic, actually. Oh. I hear a lot of footsteps. Weirdos! Kill them! I sense a weird threat, hence the weirdo. There we go. Pose! Take a picture. And then we begin. Okay, here we go. And so, of course, because I'm playing this on PlayStation 4, the loading times are nowhere near as long as in the Vita version, so I might not have to, you know, cut away like I usually do. Anyway, here we begin our first actual real legitimate mission. Eve of the Festival. Guided by the Halo. Time limit none. Mission goals just kick everyone's asses. And location tropical beach at daytime. Here we go. Starting off with Yumi. Sink into the dreams of sleeping souls, as she says. And we begin right now. Yeah! Okay, but first tutorial. After knocking an enemy back, with the ending of a combo, with a triangle, you can actually launch people and do an aerial rave. We already know about that. We know all about that. So when an enemy is knocked back from the final hit of an aerial rave, you can press circle again to launch into another aerial rave. Properly timing and connecting aerial raves can deal huge damage to airborne foes. Here we go. Ah! Wata! Now we're doing the aerial raves in the way that the tutorial meant for us to do them, which is now, rather than before. I already have a 100 hit combo. I've barely ever done anything. There we go. Now we gotta defeat the Shinobi grunts, which, by the way, look exactly the same as in Shinobi. They really haven't changed, other than the fact that they look a lot prettier here in Super Duper HD. Pretty good. So, of course, with Yumi, her moves are pretty much exactly the same. There really isn't a whole lot different about her, other than her dash. Her dash is really cool, like Iceman. Yeah, that's awesome. I like how she slides. Also, the aerial rave attacks are a little bit different. You know, she has like that spinny ice thing. She spins around a little bit more when she jumps. You know, but for the most part, she's the same. There are a few moves that got changed. For example, some of the ninja arts, the triangle ninja arts are a little different. But yeah, the movement is a little bit more awkward. Again, you know, with this game, it seems like they favored animation more than actual efficiency and practicality. They don't really move as fast as in Shinobi, and they don't even move as immediately as they should, like in Shinobi Versus. It kind of takes a long time for them to actually get moving, which is a little frustrating, but whatever. Anyway, here they're talking about the limit breaks. In exchange for consuming 10% of the health, you can do a limit break by pressing down on the D-pad, and they can be triggered at any time. If knocked back by an enemy's attack, you can press X to regain your balance in the air to perform an air recovery. There you go. So now I gotta perform a limit break. I'd rather do it with characters around so you guys can actually see the effect of it. And of course, the limit break actually activates a lot faster than it did in Shinobi, so I don't know, if you're that kind of person that uses limit breaks a lot, I personally don't use them fairly at all. But if you do use them, and you think it's necessary, you'll be able to do it fairly quickly. Whether you're being damaged or not, you can pretty much activate it at any time and it'll work. Which I really wish the same responsiveness could be applied to the movement and the actual execution of the moves, but you know, whatever. That's all me. This is pretty fun. I like how visceral it feels. I like the screen shake. I love the vibration on the controller. Actually makes it bring a lot more feeling to the combat. It really makes a big difference whether the controller has rumble or not, because I played this on a PlayStation 3 controller, and I was playing it through a PlayStation TV, which it has Vita games, and Vita games don't really have rumble, so yeah, you don't feel it. But here, you know, with the rumble and the screen shake and, you know, the resolution and all that, everything feels a lot more visceral, a lot punchier, a lot better. R1 is guard, so again, you can parry by pressing R1 at the very moment that these girls attack. I say be right at the attack. You can't do it early, no matter how hard I press the button. There we go. So I remember there was a time in the game where parrying actually would make the characters dizzy. But now it doesn't. Now it just kind of stuns them for half a second, and then you hit them, which is alright. I mean, it was of a pretty big benefit to me to have the enemies be dizzy when I parried them, but it would be an enormous not benefit to me when I would get dizzy, so I'm kind of happy that I just got abolished, flat out. Come on. Come on, who's gonna do it? There we go, screw you. Okay, now your health is gonna go down, so yeah, you have to complete the tutorial thing first, before you're actually capable of killing them. You can't, kill anyone without doing that parry thing 3 times, or doing the combo thing 3 times. Okay, so that guy's already dead. I'm already putting a whole bunch of overkill on these dudes. So it's kind of weird that we're actually seeing these samurai shinobi enemies now, like in the first level, or like I guess in the first slash second level of the game. You know, back in Shinobi Versus, these would not show up until very late into the campaign. These would be like the actual like challenging enemies that you'd have to face later on, along with like the bears and all that kind of stuff. But now they're happening. They're showing up immediately after the first level. They're showing up very early, which kind of goes to show what other kind of enemies are we going to be seeing? You know, what other much stronger enemies are we going to be seeing in this game as we move along? Because there are a few new enemies. Not too many, but, you know, they're pretty much just branches and, you know, different little versions and changes of already existing characters, but whatever. Also, I'm playing this on easy mode, so, obviously, these enemies don't really guard as much, and they don't block as much. So, obviously they're going to be an enormous pushover. I think as soon as I begin the next chapter, I'm going to bump up the difficulty to medium. Because yes, this actually, even though it's super fun to play on easy, it is way too easy to play on easy. I think it would actually pose a pretty nice hefty challenge to play it on medium. I'm not going to play on hard, and I don't think I will ever play on hard, because hard is just flat out unfair bullcrap, and you know, playing the game on hard really emphasizes how bad the controls can actually be, depending on what character you actually use. So, yeah. I don't think I'll ever play it on hard, but I will play on medium, for sure. I think I'll play the majority of this game on medium, because they're more fun when there's an added challenge, when, you know, these enemies can actually guard and block and do other stuff. Even though I know I'll be annoyed by it, but, you know, it's a little bit better than just having these guys be a complete pushover and then me having nothing to say afterwards. There we go. Mission complete. And here we are, back in the beach. I mean, we've always been in the beach, but you know. We are again victorious. These people are what? In the hot springs earlier. What hot springs? Are you talking about the OVA? Because there was a Senran Kagura OVA that is pretty much a prequel to this, that really was not good at all. Although I wouldn't really consider it a hot springs, more like a water resort or something like that. I'll just assume that they're talking about that. Yeah, very similar to now, where they also appeared out of nowhere. They brought you to their turf. God, I'm not... Alright, so they're not evil shinobi and they're not Yoma either. I'm really not a fan of the very slow, awkward panning there. I would love it if they just kind of talked immediately one after the other. You know, if you're gonna have a back and forth between two characters, just have the both of them, you know, be there in one shot instead of just kind of panning left and right with a very awkward pause in the middle of it. Yeah, there we go. You see it again? Why? Why do you do that? Oh, another weird panning. Oh god, that FOV slider right there. Great, they're very easily distracted. Let's forget about this sudden turn of events. We're on the beach. Fuck it, let's have fun. Yeah, I don't know. It feels weird. Like the background kind of, you know, had it, the field of view changed around weirdly. Like it was like the panning and then the field of view change, and it's a little disorienting. Smash watermelons. Really, I guess that is a thing that you do in the beach in Japan, I guess. But wouldn't the watermelon get all messy with the sand and stuff? You know, coming from you, I don't know if I should be having fun or be very worried. I want to have something bury me. That just sounds like something Riona would say. Yeah, actually worrying about this thing will probably be a little better. Yeah, they don't care. They just want to play in the beach. Anyway, guided by the Halo, we defeated 131 shinobi. Our highest combo is 654. Wow, we haven't even started the game technically, and we already have 600 hit combos. So we got a lot of experience and a lot of money, and we got an A. We have a bronze A, because we were playing this on easy. If we were playing on medium, it would be a silver A, and if we played it on hard, it'd be a golden A. So that's basically how it's rated. So getting an A is not good enough anymore. You gotta get a golden A this time. Another step closer to absolute justice. There we go. My flash meter went up by a lot there. So as you can tell, the game looks way prettier than in Shinobi. And so that's pretty good. And it actually runs a lot faster than in how do you call it? It runs a lot faster than the Vita version of Estival Versus, where there's a lot of, you know, not finicky, but just, I don't know. Well, the frame rate was a lot slower, so I guess everything felt a little bit more slow. Okay, so we have our save file right here. So 317, 316, 10 megabytes. That's chunky. That's big to me. But anyway, the one and only save file that we have for the game. No, I don't want to cancel the save. There we go. I just wanted to show this. So if I press options, I can actually look at the information. And I'll be able to take a look at stuff. Senran Kagura Estival versus Decision of the Girls. I guess that's like the subtitle there. It just sounds a little weird. We've been playing this game for, wait, what? 1 minute? No. Why is it showing me that? Oh, I guess that's the last time I saved. I guess? No, not entirely sure. But anyway, I think I'm going to stop it right here. I'm going to do the same thing that I used to do in Shinobi Versus, where at the save point, I think that's where I stop, because you have the dialogue, and then the mission, and then more dialogue, so that's like a good 15-20 minutes that we're using up there. So, yeah, it's going to be exactly the same as before. Every mission will be an episode. And so I think for every chapter, well, it's called days here in this game. And there are 8 days in total, so that means 8 chapters. So for every chapter, there's about 5 or 6 different missions. So, yeah, I think pretty safe to say we can keep up with the same formula that we had before. We're going to go ahead and do 1 episode per mission. And then after we're done with the entire story, we're going to move on to the side stories after that. It's not going to be like in Shinobi Versus, where we would finish one faction and then do the side stories for that faction, and then we move on to another faction. We're not going to do that, because this is just one, you know, linear storyline. There aren't any factions in this. Everybody gets a chance to shine in just one consistent storyline. So, yeah, we're going to beeline the story first, and then we're going to move on to the side stories after everything is done, and there's going to be the extras episodes, and then obviously the multiplayer after that. So, yeah, if you guys have been enjoying these videos so far, you know, stuttering and, you know, mumbling aside, be sure to give these videos a like, and of course subscribe, so that you can stay updated on every single video that comes out, and like that you'll never miss a single thing when it's released. I'm the Hat Person, and I will see you guys next time with, you know, the continuation to the beginning of the story here with SK Estival versus. See you later.